This is a Queen Anne Lowboy, or a console, sometimes called a console. And I made this piece originally in 1981, so it's 40 years old. I did it in cherry, and it has been in use from the very beginning in our master bedroom. It's been very functional, but I did not do a very good finish on it. It was a terrible finish. I didn't do a lot of preparation, that is hand planing and scraping and sanding. So I did a finish that covered up a lot of the mistakes in the preparation part. But it's a good piece, and it's strong. It did not require any redoing of joinery at all. But I wanted to refinish it, and so I've got it now in a stage. Well, I removed all the finish. I did some hand planing, a lot of scraping, and a lot of sanding. Got down to the bare wood and started over with finish. And the finish I used was shellac. I started out with some dark Seedlac and brushing it on the little brush. And first day I probably put about 5 coats on it. Also, all the drawers were redone as well. And so I kept putting on, each day I would paint on some Seedlac and then sand, flatten with 320. And occasionally I would switch to the Dewaxed Blonde just because I had some of it ready, and also painted that on, and so I've done several days of just brushing. One day I did a little bit of pad work with just a pad, not the full French polish technique, but some padding on. And then yesterday I thinned out some blonde and patted on with straight strokes all over the surfaces. So it wasn't true French polish, but there's a lot of shellac and a lot of flattening going on here, but more brushing than normal, I would say. And now I'm ready to rub this out. So to rub out, I'm going to use some pumice, some 6/0 extra fine pumice, and I've got some paraffin oil here. I'm going to use a little pad to rub that out, these surfaces. And I poured some of that paraffin oil in a pan here that I can dip and work it. Back to this actual piece. When I built this in 1981, I found it in this book by Margon, American Masterpieces of American Furniture. And this was before SketchUp. All I had was this drawing sketch here by Margon. But I decided I wanted to go ahead and get this into SketchUp, so I've now modeled it up in SketchUp. It's got some different features that made it a little bit more difficult. These legs were difficult, both in making it and in SketchUp, because there's a curvature here And these knee blocks are all different between the front legs and the back. The back legs are very different than the front legs. That's also a difference. So there's this little dip and curvature down here in the legs, which made it more difficult. But it's a piece that's in the Los Angeles County Museum of Art, and it is probably Connecticut in about a 1740 design. I also made the mirror in 1981, the matching mirror. Well, actually, the mirror's in mahogany, but this piece, the actual console, is in cherry. The original is in cherry. So now I'm ready to do some rub out, and I'll go through that process.